All right, let's kick off. I think if a couple of people are a minute or two late, that's no problem. And I think just a quick heads up. Bettina at the start just mentioned that she's recording the session. So if anyone has an issue with that, of course, yeah, just to let you know, and we will send the recording out afterwards. We did this for the first time, I think, last quarter. And this is designed just to give you really a very short 20 minutes or so, quick sneak peek into what's coming in Q1, especially on a roadmap front. We know from a customer point, from an affiliate point, you are busy people. You have lots of suppliers feeding you lots of content about all the great products and services that are on offer. So we wanted to try and condense that, of course, not to bypass the account management and the great presentations they do, but just to add an extra layer in your busy days, just to give you a bit of color as to what's cooking, what's under the hood, what's to get excited about, and maybe some of the key things just to be aware of. As a light introduction, I'm Simon Hammon, the CEO of Relax. Was previously the CPO, which is why I'm so keen about what's cooking on our content and actively playing our games in demo and seeing what's cooking. So very excited about not only the games that we've delivered so far this year, got a final release in Net Games and Santa Stacks, the Dream Drop edition coming for December, but principally also how now the roadmap is shaping up for 2023. And we're kicking off with a very strong Q1, and we've got some real big surprises coming in the roadmap for next year. So I was playing a couple of those already today in sort of June, July release dates. So I'm sure you're going to be very, very excited. Anyway, I'll try and keep this as trimmed as possible and run you through just some high level bits and pieces, key information for you to digest and to maybe share with your relevant marketing teams or product teams as you see fit. So, of course, we're here to talk about what's in store for Q1. The Relax roadmap for 2023 for Q1 is actually releasing 12 Relax and Silver Bullet titles in the first quarter. Good for you to know, and if you haven't seen the latest edition yet, the latest roadmap now is available on the client area. Of course, we launched that roadmap at least 6 weeks before the end of the last quarter. To give you visibility for your marketing teams, for your positioning, and to give you the relevant heads up on the assets. So that Q1 roadmap and dates are all listed in our client area. If you're not in our client area, please ask your account manager to get you access, of course. Naturally, we also launch at the same time as our roadmap, a roadmap highlights doc. It gives you not a game sheet, but it's a very one-pager overlay over and brief of each game that's coming out. So it gives you a bit of a flavor for what's coming up. Obviously, that's not the play demo links or the full game information, but it's a sneak peek, essentially, of what you can expect from the Q1 roadmap. If you haven't received it, please ask your AM, or we can send it out, and happy to do it with the video, of course, just to give you a bit of color as to what's coming in the Relax roadmap in Q1. This is how it looks. We're very proud of our roadmap to make sure it not only looks good, but most importantly, it's factually correct. And the most critical element, of course, is that Relax does not miss its roadmap release dates. I'm very proud, as always, to say that as a supplier, we're very robust in our release dates, our marketing release dates, and keeping that as an absolute key cornerstone of our roadmap to make sure that you don't miss releases and put CRM or planning into something that doesn't launch. So that's absolutely critical for us, and it always has been. And I'm very proud to say we're very, very strong at this area. As with last time, I'm kind of splitting the information up into two, and it's very high level. I'm certainly not going into every single game here. I'd love to show you every single game and and every single feature, but ultimately it's about what are the key highlights. And I talk a little bit about Dream Drop in terms of our roadmap, and then I also talk about our network roadmap and what's our star picks on both sides. So if I talk about Dream Drop first, just a little light one on the tracking. For those customers who have Dream Drop, we're now 9 games live with Dream Drop. And the exciting thing now, I would say, especially into 2023, is that the volume of games that we will be launching on Dream Drop will be increasing, but it will also add and have third-party content launching as well. So this is not just a Relax own content Dream Drop system. It will be a Relax and specific partners that will be joining. And our first actual evidence of that is launched already this month with Four Leaf Gaming and the Dueling Jokers jackpot. But we have a variety of new and especially Silver Bullet partners launching content already in Q1. Light bit of stats. Over 7 months, we've had actually 1.2 million, well, actually over 1.2 million individual jackpot winners. So the frequency and the volume of winners has been huge, and we've surpassed our expectations in terms of the actual volume of jackpot winners. And we've already had 5 mega winners and 51 major winners so far. So it's doing exactly what we designed it to do, and that is to be paying out frequent high wins, big mega jackpots. And as you all know, or probably do know, the jackpots now start to step up every time there's 2 fallouts. This one is going to fall out before 2 million. The next one will be 2 million, and then already it will go up to 2.5 million. So exciting to see now in 2023 where this starts to build up, and hopefully by the end of the year we're already touching the 4 or 5 million level with a number of megas. So that's going to be amazingly exciting when you've got a 5 million or so jackpot that's ready to pop. I hate to think of the traffic that will generate to you as customers. I'm very excited to see that. And unfortunately, we can't play ourselves, but would be exciting. Good for you to know that the mega is already now just under that 2 million expected fallout. It's just touching, I need to check, but it's about 1.86 or something like that. So it's just shy of that 1.9 level. So as you can see, it's already in the super hot mode. The major, good thing for you to know that the majors are almost falling out every couple of days now for 50,000. So they are really just popping all the time. But that mega is going to get hit in the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks max, I would say. So that's just nice timing just before Christmas, but it's obviously going to be a very exciting offering, and then that will recede pretty highly and already have a next fallout of up to 2 million. So exciting times just in terms of volume proposition for Dream Drop in just 7 months. So we have a series of games being added. I'm not going to go into the specifics of it. We have Grim the Splitter, a very unique type of game being launched on the 25th of Jan. We have a Pine of Plinko, so as the name suggests, a very Plinko-inspired game coming from one of our partners in Print Studios already on the 8th of Feb. We have actually our first ReelPlay game. ReelPlay, as you know, is a Powered by Game server partner. We placed it on our Silver Bullet roadmap because of the nature of the Dream Drop contract, but this is a first ReelPlay game being added to the Dream Drop sphere with the 10K ways mechanic. And then we also have Fantasma launching their Dream Drop offering already on the 14th of March. So you can already see that there is a mix of Dream Drop content coming from Relax and its partners in Q1. But the star pick for me is, I would say this is a Relax Gaming game. Maybe that won't make some of our Silver Bullet partners overly happy, but it's a game called Beellionaires. 5x4 slots, 1,024 ways, 10K times bet. Pretty decent volatility, but the features and the way it plays is a very exciting, really unique twist on what is quite a common theme. There's quite a few B games on the market, and they always resonate and have a good sticky level. But it's playful, fun, but with a nice twist of mechanic. And here you can see just some of the concept art being built. The actual end product looks nothing like the top right, by the way. It's just working concepts, but it's all about collecting coins, which is, the coin collect mechanic is working very well online at the moment. And we have 3 different ways with a Prince bee and a Queen bee collecting either in a reel or generally across the column. And of course, connected where you can collect the Dream Drop symbols and then to the Dream Drop bonus game from there. So Beellionaires is the game that I personally feel as a Dream Drop product is the star pick of Q1. So excited to see what that does when it launches. To mention, we have, which again, if you're on Dream Drop, you know that Relax is sponsoring the €1 million Dream Drop campaign, which will end at the end of December. So just be excited about that, of course, if you're on it. Any kind of CRM or marketing around that is obviously quite key. We are giving away €1 million as part and parcel of Dream Drop sponsorship on cash drops, and also the tournament side, which we're running weekly. And just so you know that we are giving away in just this month €320,000, and next month will be €500,000 in December. So a big month, a big last 5-6 weeks left on sponsorships and promos related to the €1,000,000 campaign. Good for you to know that we will obviously be packaging and coming out with further campaigns into 2023. With player-related sponsorships, either in cash drops or tournaments, quarter on quarter, and we'll be pushing those in more aggressively in some quarters or some months in terms of those prize pools, depending also on the strength of the launches and liquidity and so on and so forth. But there'll be a healthy spend on marketing and player-centric marketing for Dream Drop for you to promote next year as well. One thing to note, the exclusivity around those who sign for the Dream Drop contract actually comes to an end in January, from January the 1st. So if you're not aware of Dream Drop and would like to get more information on it, and you would like to offer the Dream Drop product, then of course, please, now is a good time to actually start talking to your AM about that, about how to get Dream Drop and the process around that, and of course the relevant addendums and commercials and so on and so forth. So just a note that we are open to start taking new operators on from contractually, at least from January onwards. So there's the opportunity for the new year. So when it comes to more relaxed releases, I also touch upon the network side of things. A couple of games that I want to run through. So Horror Hotel is being launched on the 25th of Jan. I'm not sure how post-Christmas, how sort of going into the Halloween sort of theme is a bit backwards, but I saw it on last night on Big Win Board, for example, and just good for you to know we actually give all our employees in Relax their Big Win Board sort of score, just to give them a bit of reference to see how things look and what the communities are saying. But we do that with some of the other affiliates as well. This one ranked at sort of 8.5 there. It's kind of inspired by Santa Stack. It's got a lot of win converts into mystery symbols, with increasing multipliers as well. It's a really fun, but also quite intuitive mechanic, and the theme always resonates pretty strongly. So I'd say Horror Hotel for January is a very strong launch. Wild Hike then follows on the 8th of Feb, and it's quite a traditional style game. If you think of sort of wolf runs and things like that, the theme is very, very common in that sense, but it's got a nice respin trigger of stack wilds and stack multipliers that start to increase. So fun and intuitive, but also a very familiar theme. So two pretty strong launches off the bat into early Q1. We then follow up on the 21st of Feb with Wild Chapo 2. Wild Chapo did very well for us when we launched. It's a very fun theme. It's got a nice caricature, a bit of humor in the production. And this is his next outing or next prison break, let's say. And with everything with Wild Chapo, it's all about that last final spin. It's all about what you can accumulate, what you can you stack up in terms of those wilds. And this one goes a little bit step further, where you can collect different amounts of wilds and expanded wilds for different reels, which compound each other, of course. So that final spin, as everything with Wild Chapo, is pretty exciting, and the prison break and the bit of humor should resonate well with the players. And the final network launch of the quarter is a game called Book of Power. And actually, this is the star pick for me for Q1. It's a game that's launching on the 8th of March. It's a Casino Grounds collaboration. As you all may know, we have been working very closely with the streamer community and done several productions with Casino Grounds already, kicking off with Iron Bank, followed up by Beast Mode. We have Net Gains launched in December, and Book of Power is the game that will be launching in early March. And it's definitely the star pick for me of the quarter. The game I think is not only safe from a promotion point and return of investment, but also will pick up a familiar player base, as all games are when it comes to Book of. It's a very familiar mechanic in that sense. So Book of Power is a 5x3, 10 line, 15,000x bet. And of course, it has all the hallmarks of a traditional Book of game in that sense. Obviously, it's in an Egyptian setting, so it's got that familiarity, but it's graphically has been souped up. It's, I would say, arguably one of the best looking Book of productions out there. but it also has a really nice mechanic twist in terms of the power bet and the wild features that come in, which can really add 2 or 3 different dimensions to the player experience when it comes to a normal book of game. So the idea behind this game is, if you're going to play a book of game, this one's not only beautiful to play, but it's also graphically and mechanically exciting and adds that extra tier. This just shows you a super short, like mini intro video, but it's a super small one, which I think I'm struggling to play, if you can see that. Very Dolby surround sort of inspired there, but it will be a really fun one to get. And it's all about collecting these red books, which give you the power spins, which on the traditional book of stacks on 2, 3, and 4, reels 2, 3, and 4 will actually automatically stack that symbol, even if you don't have it on as a natural reel trigger. So of course, if you've got a high win sim, that can add a lot of value to those reels. Graphically, it's been done by our Stockholm studio, same guys who have done some of the other productions, especially with net gains and with beast modes and things like that. And you can see that we have fantastic production quality in those games. It's free spins. We have power free spins. You have a power bet function, which can as a choice from a player to actually trigger the free spins mode more frequently for obviously an increase in bet. If you get additional stacks or books in the game, you get additional free spins plus potential to upgrade your symbols as well. And I was playing this the other night, and I wasn't cheating, I swear. I got, like, on my second spin, I think I got like 4,500x just off getting like 2 re-triggers. So it can really pay out nicely, and it gives a really fast-paced book of games. So it's very exciting in that sense. So I'm excited to bring you more about Book of Power, and I think this will also just keep tuned. We will be launching this with a Game of the Quarter initiative pretty soon, as you've probably seen from Relax, alongside a promotion for other book of games that we have in our portfolio for March, with a slight discount on some of those games. So more information to come quite soon, but we will compound this Game of the Quarter with commercial offerings and discounts on some other book of games coming very soon. Final part to note, we have launched, and we'll be launching very soon, the 500,000 winter campaign. It's 4 tournaments. So this is only on network games. It's not on the Dream Drop games. So we're taking some of our, let's say, game packs or game families in that sense, in terms of the Money Train series, the Temple Tumble series, and then some of our more, let's say, classic 8-bit styles that perhaps we're known for in terms of sort of Alcatrazes and things like that. And we are doing special tournaments. 2 of those are for December, 225,000 euro giveaway tournaments, and then 1 in January for 125 and 1 in February for 125. If you haven't got the information on that yet, or haven't received it, please again ask your AM, and they have a full deck about how the flow of those will be. So yeah, 250 for December, 125 for Jan, 125 for Feb. We will be doing more of these next year, by the way. We have more planned in terms of bigger network campaigns. Good for you to know, if you haven't already integrated the cash out API, that is a prerequisite to be able to enable these campaigns. So you need to do and check with your tech teams. It should be a very light piece of work, but it's to be able to accept the cash payout as a transaction type. Please have a check of that if you haven't done already. For those who have done the work already and been notified and done it, then of course you can enjoy these campaigns as long as you opt in, of course. And we're very excited to bring you more of these sort of chunkier now network sponsorship campaigns from Relax into 2023. And that's it, really. Very light. Hopefully only taking 20 minutes of your time, just to give you a quick whistle stop of the star picks. Dream Drop is Beellionaires in March. Book of Power being the network game in March as well. Game of the Quarter promotion coming out very soon to support that Book of Power launch. And also, of course, we have the ongoing €1,000,000 campaign and also the 500 grand winter campaign. So lots cooking on the game front, lots cooking on the promo front. And I hope you're excited to see what we've got cooking beyond that. So thanks for joining me very quickly.